Let's get our little morning therapy on here with 44. If you're not watching this in the moment, I highly advise that you watch this later on, whenever you get the chance. I'm just waking up. I'm just getting out of my house to drive to my job. I had a lot to drink yesterday. A lot. I mean, Crown and Mountain Dew, by the way. Crown Apple and Mountain Dew, by the way. Great combination. Had some Blue Moon beer. I had a lot. So I'm not feeling the greatest right now. I'm feeling very foggy. You add that in with trials and tribulations of life, business we have to take care of, and with the fact that, wow, that was just a very tough pill to swallow yesterday. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you, my buddy. Shouts out to Jake Reynolds, all his teams, Philadelphia Phillies, Eagles are undefeated. Things are looking good for your sports world, man. Congrats to you. I hope you're enjoying it, man. Thank you for the $4 donation, my dude. What's up, Goose? Sportscaster, covers Louisiana sports. And I like a lot of what he just said regarding... I just got a phone call. I gotta just message him back real quick and tell him I'm on the way. So, real quick, guys. Okay, that should do it. What's up, Brandon? How you doing? Congratulations to Brandon and Jake. You guys got wins yesterday. I'm glad y'all are having a good Monday. This is gonna be a little bit of a TED Talk, I guess you can say. So obviously, the New Orleans Saints fell to the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday. (30-26) in a game that, I'll keep it real with you guys, I didn't think was going to be that close to begin with. If you've been following me all week, I said that Cincinnati, I thought Cincinnati was going to beat us by at least 2 touchdowns. I had Cincinnati winning 31-10. We ended up making a game out of it, and overall, after everything was said and done, should have won the football game. There were plays in that game that seemed so opportunistic, missed opportunities. First 2 drives that we scored touchdowns on, things looked promising. Even when we got into the red zone, the possession after that and went up 17-7, things were looking very promising when you keep in mind that the Saints were going to get the football at the half. They had a 10-point lead, keeping their foot on the pedal. You wouldn't have even noticed the difference, or you wouldn't have even noticed that they had injuries with how they were playing. I said that I thought the injuries would hurt us, and that's why I thought we would lose the football game. I'm here to tell you guys that I 100% have no injury excuse for this week, for this game. This loss, the way this game ended, to me was simply on coaching. And you can say whatever you want. You can call it however you want. There was a statistic in the NFL, and this is a true statistic. When an NFL team turns the ball over, or let me rephrase that, when an NFL team loses the turnover battle in a game, allows over 228 rushing yards in a game, and forgot the last thing that went with this. There was. It's the rushing yards. When a team allows over 228 rushing yards, when a team loses the turnover battle, and there was something else in it. I forget what it was. And allows 26 points. So those are the three things. When a team allows 26 points, loses the turnover battle, and allows 228 rushing yards on the ground, you know what their record is? 4-408. 4-408. And now they're 5-408. It's insane. That just comes to show that the New Orleans Saints, coming into this game throughout the day yesterday, they did what they were supposed to do. They got the running game involved. I thought they ran the ball exceptionally well. I mean, we dominated the time of possession as well. The Saints came into this game doing everything that they needed to do in order to win. They did what they had to do. And still ended up losing the football game. What Brute Saint said right here. Bad teams find ways to lose winnable games, and the New Orleans Saints are not a good football team. You can look top to bottom from talent. The Saints are a poorly coached football team, and you can look at they were 3 guys out, 3 receivers out, their best cornerback out, 4 receivers out if you include Deontay Hardy, and Marshawn Lattimore out, and still should have won the game. You can look at it like that as a moral victory. You can look at it like that as a moral victory. But we've been losing games even with all those guys on the field. The New Orleans Saints have looked like hot garbage with all of those guys on the field. So I can't sit here and make that excuse that the injuries were a reason why we lost the game. Would it have helped if Lattimore was on the field? Yeah. Would it have helped if those receivers were on the field yesterday? Yeah. But aside from all that, the New Orleans Saints had this game in the bag. Had it. It was theirs. When they forced Cincinnati to kick a field goal late with 3:41 left on the clock, that was it. That was it. That was the Saints' time to go down the field and put some drives together and put it away. That was their chance. And they didn't. And that boils down to coaching. Terrible execution to go 3 and out. And I see some comments in here. What's up, Jerry? I see some comments in here talking about the defense, and I couldn't agree more. The defense that is usually reputed as our strong point with this team. This defense is supposed to be the strong point of our team. And they absolutely let us down yesterday. Absolutely 100%. Every time the Saints looked like they were about to kind of push away or have a 2-score lead or whatnot, you'd see Cincinnati go down and respond, and quickly respond. Paulson Adebo, I thought, played horrible again, allowing a 3rd down touchdown in the first quarter and allowing Jamar Chase to eat him alive. in the fourth quarter. I thought Paulson Adebo was terrible again, and I'll say this. I'll say it again over and over and over. Say it over and over and over. I don't think Paulson Adebo is that good. I don't. I would not be mad if we got rid of him or traded him. Paulson Adebo has constantly costed us in important times, and last week he played like hot garbage. This week he played like hot garbage. The Saints allowed third down conversions for touchdowns on defense. Terrible. Whenever we got into the red zone offensively, we would constantly kick field goals, and that boils down to coaching. So all in all, it's tough, dude. It's tough. I can't really... Everybody can sit here and try to find one main reason why the Saints lose a game. Everybody can sit here and try to justify the one main reason why the Saints lose a game. But over and over again, and this is just really the narrative of every Saints game. Really. There isn't just one reason why they lose a game. There are many reasons why they lose a game. Many. Every single week. You gather at least 4 or 5 different reasons. And this week's no different. You can't point at just one situation, or because, the last possession of the game we played it poorly, or because the defense allowed this or that. It's constantly a collective of things with the New Orleans Saints on why they lose football games every single week. There is no one reason, which is why it's hard to grasp and put into words other than just the simple fact that we are a poorly coached football team that is not very good. The New Orleans Saints are what I would call a hard-fighting. They want to win. They'll fight till the final second, but they're a poorly coached, not very good football team. That's who the New Orleans Saints are. That's who they're going to be all year. I try to not look too far ahead to the next game or the next game or the next game, because it just kind of puts that glimmer of doubt, that glimmer of awe, considering that we could probably be in for a complete duplication of what we've just seen next week. It's just it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, it's tough, guys. It's tough. And every single week, I feel like we come on here and say, this is the game that's going to define our season. This is going to be the game that defines our season. This is how we know if we're really going to turn things around or not. This will be the game that says everything we need to know about this team. I'm done. I'm done saying that. I don't know if we're going to beat Arizona or not. Do we have a chance to beat them? Yeah. Do I think we're going to stay in the game? Absolutely. I think it's going to be close to the final 2 minutes. 100%. I think it is going to be as close a game as we played all year in Arizona. I think it's going to be a very close game. My confidence with this team being competent throughout a game is not the issue. It's closing out games and finishing games. And I'm sure there are going to be some things in this upcoming game Thursday night that are going to make you go nuts. And if we did end up losing, you're going to feel the exact same way that you feel today, you know? It's not just one thing, it's a crap load of things with the New Orleans Saints. And that could all be due to poor coaching. Kicking field goals in the red zone, coaching. Defense letting up late and not closing the deal, coaching. Play calling, coaching. I mean, we're just a not very well-coached football team. And I think the whole narrative of we'll see what we really have this upcoming week, I think that narrative, that ship has sailed. I don't think we can use that narrative anymore because we know what we have. This is who we are. This is I've told you guys over and over and over again. This is what we've got. This is the New Orleans Saints. They will constantly grasp you in. They will be in football games throughout the entire game. And there will be a bitter end to every game that they play. Or that they lose, should I say. Good teams don't lose these kinds of games. You saw the Buffalo Bills yesterday closing out. They've been about... the Buffalo Bills have been in games like this as much as we have this year. Last 2 games or last 3 games that they won, all close games. Oh, 2 out of the last 3. At Baltimore and at Kansas City, close games. If that were the New Orleans Saints, they would have lost those games. And this was remember when I made a video earlier in the week talking about, I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I'm going to be brutally blunt. I'm not looking ahead. I'm not worried about the team after we play. I'm not worried about how many we have to win down the stretch. I'm worried about one game at a time, and this is why. The New Orleans Saints can hang in a game with anybody. They have the potential to beat anybody. I'm getting tired of watching these close games and just seeing a slow death from a mile. I can already see how it's going to turn out. And this is why I've been humbled. I haven't talked my crap. I've been staying, I'll see what happens. I think we have a chance, but I don't know if we're going to win. I'm not going to pick us to win. That's why I've been the way I've been. I don't think this team deserves my confidence. I don't think this team deserves my faith. I'm always going to cheer for him and pull for him and get my emotions involved every game because that's who I am. And if there's one thing to be grateful for coming out of this game, if you wanted to look at any positives from this game, I'm not going to use the fact that, well, we competed even with all the injuries. I'm not going to use that because you've seen in the past, even without injuries this season, we still don't win. We still look like hot garbage. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use mathematical scenario positives. Nothing to do with what the Saints did. Because they can look like this week, and I didn't think they looked that bad this week. They look way better than I thought they would. And they can come out, and let me tell you something. I'm anticipating this is going to be the same lineup as it was yesterday for Arizona. Michael Thomas ain't coming back. Matter of fact, dude, I'm about ready to just stick a fork in him, dude. I'm about ready to trade him, bro. He doesn't want to be here. He does not want to be here. He hasn't wanted to. He hasn't wanted to be here. Yeah, it makes no sense. It's been since Drew Brees and Sean Payton were here, that's where all this started with him, dude. He didn't want to be here since Brees and Payton were still with the team, dude. And he still doesn't want to be here. So I wouldn't be mad trading Michael Thomas at all. These acquisitions that we acquired in the offseason, Ty Matthew, Marcus May, these dudes really, these dudes really ain't, they're not really, they're not producing. They're not being who we need them to be. The only person on defense, as far as I'm concerned, that I can really say I feel very bad for, and I love this guy, and I feel so bad for him, is DeMario Davis. That's it. Everybody else, I don't know what to say about y'all. You can sit here and say we have a chance to beat Arizona, and I believe we do. And I'll talk about the only positives that because that's where I was going. I kind of got off track. The only positives that I can really see from this game, I'm not going to say, I don't really think there's anything to do with the Saints, because to me it doesn't matter who's lining up for the Saints. It's just the same shit every week. Obviously, we saw that receiver Shaheed or whatever his name is. I forget the guy's name, but he showed out, and that was a nice thing to see a guy off the practice squad come out and play well. But to me, it's not even about personnel, dude. There's just this team just looks like they're the same. They're constantly the same culture every single week. It just doesn't matter who's playing on the field. If I had to pick any positives from this game, I would say that it was an AFC team. At least it was an AFC team. It wasn't an NFC team this time. So, in the standings for the long run, mathematically speaking, that is, because I really don't, physically, I don't think this team's capable of winning more than 8 games. I don't see it happening. But mathematically, for right now, it was an AFC loss, so that's a good thing. And we do have a game on Thursday night, so if you were looking for any kind of opportunity to get this bad taste out your mouth quick, or at least a chance of an opportunity to get this bad taste out your mouth, well, the Saints have a chance on Thursday to at least not make this whole week the worse, if they can pull out something out their ass and beat the Cardinals, which won't be easy because DeAndre Hopkins is coming back. Brute Saint, that's about what I was thinking about Sean Payton. Whenever Sean Payton would say that, obviously there's things that we have to correct. You know, I don't care what Dennis Allen says anymore. It doesn't matter what he says. What he says to me is absolutely irrelevant, and it doesn't matter what he says. He's not fit to be a head coach in this league. He needs to go back to being our defensive coordinator, and we need to hire an able head coach. Yeah, we didn't use Taysom on that drive with 3:41 to go to kill the clock, and we didn't use Taysom on what could have been a game-winning possession. So, like I said, Brute Saint, that boils down to coaching. I feel bad for Taysom. I feel bad for Demario Davis. I feel bad for all of the Saints players that have proven heart with this team. It's getting old. It's getting very old. Yeah, it's getting pretty old. But, hey, for all the Saints fans that thought we were going to be something, and, yeah, we got Tyrann Mathieu. Well, Tyrann Mathieu ain't doing nothing. That one little interception he had, okay. We got all this talent, this and that. People told us we were going to struggle when Drew Brees and Sean Payton were gone. And there was no detail into that statement. But obviously we're seeing it right now. Yeah, snakebite. Yeah. It's tough, dude. It's tough. It's tough, bro. I don't know what more to really say. I'm at the point with the Saints where I'm just hoping that we can pull out a win every once in a blue moon just to stay relevant in the NFC South. I mean, literally, like, if we beat Arizona and then lose to the Raiders, I just hope we beat the team after them, and then we probably lose to a team after that, and then we'll beat a team after that. And just hopefully we stay within a game of the Buccaneers all year long until the end, and the Buccaneers win the division at 9-8 or 10-7, and the Saints miss the playoffs at 8-9. I just kind of hope I hope that, basically what I'm saying is I hope this division sucks so bad to where the Saints can at least say we're playing for something every week. That's all I can really say, man. Jerry, I'd tell you we would be better than 2-4. I'll tell you that much. I wouldn't even have to pick a play. I'll just put the people in there. Taysom, go in there. This guy, go in there. We wouldn't even have to run plays, bruh. Just throw them in there. They'll know what to do. But, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, if we don't beat the Cardinals and the season's a wash. I think that ship has already sailed. I think that ship has already sailed. I'm kind of anticipating a loss at this point. But I think the Saints are gonna make it look so winnable on Thursday night, and then at the end just fall into shreds again. That's where I'm at with the Saints. Yeah, Dennis Allen's just a soft coach. He's not fit to be a head coach. He sucks. He's not great. He's not good. He's not very good. It's hard watching the Saints every week. It's hard watching the first 3 quarters, especially yesterday, and sitting there feeling good about where you're at, and then to watch something like that happen. I'm anticipating that the lineup's going to be the same against the Cardinals. I'm pretty much positive that you're not going to see Michael Thomas next week. You might see Olave. Lattimore, I don't know what's up with him. But like I said, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who we have on the field. So whenever people say, oh, we're going to have this guy coming back, or that guy coming back, or this guy, I'm just like, who gives a fuck? It's going to be the same shit. It's going to be the exact same shit. You really think that that's going to fix everything? The Saints started 2-4 in 2016 and got to 4-4 and then crumbled the rest of the year. This looks like a 2014 to 2016 Saints team. If they got to 4-4, I wouldn't be surprised, but then they'll probably crumble again. Brute Saint, I think we just settled for Dennis Allen, dude. We had no better candidates. If Sean Payton would have just told us before the end of the season last year that this would be his last season, I think it would have been a lot better. We probably would have been able to get somebody, but he waited till March. So, yeah, he kind of fucked us. Sean Payton kind of fucked us there. And yeah, dude, it is what it is. But nonetheless, I'm still gonna get up and cheer for him on Thursday night. I'm not gonna sit here and put hope in everybody's minds. I'm not gonna sit there and hype you guys up. This could be the week. This could be the week. Because that ship has sailed. So anybody who wants to keep being delusional, keep being delusional. This is a very entertaining team. It is. But they are just not getting it done. Very winnable games. They literally prove that they can beat anybody. And they just blow it. Yep. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, snakebite, that's what I'm saying. But snakebite, the Saints are not even, I don't even think the Saints are as good as either one of those teams. They may be equal to each of those teams, Arizona and the Raiders, but I'm not going to sit here and say they're better than them. All those teams are probably sitting there thinking the same shit about us. Everybody's sitting there thinking, oh, the Saints are a winnable game. The Saints are a winnable game. Bro, we are the hunted. Motherfuckers look at us on the schedule and they lick their chops. Yeah, I'm ready for the Pelicans, man. I am ready for that. But yeah, I do want to congratulate Dashy. Congrats to you. Cincinnati Bengals got a much-needed win to stay competent in that AFC North, and we just couldn't pull it out. That being said, I got to go to work, guys. I'm out. I love my Saints till I die. This season's going by really fast. We're already a third of it through the way. And, yeah. It hurt. The thing that hurts the most is I was so impatient through this off season. I just wanted to get to football season. I was just ready to get to football season. I was ready to get to football season. And this is the shit that we were looking forward to. Oh, man. Take care of your physical health. Take care of your mental health. Get right with the Lord. That's all I got to say to y'all. There are much bigger things than this. Yeah. The Pelicans start Wednesday. I'm excited about that. I'll be watching. I can't wait. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys later. I'm out.